Agriculture is one of the most important industries supporting human society. It's the start of the food production chain, and with a global growing population, agricultural production must rise. While agricultural production is faced with numerous challenges, it's an industry projected to post steady growth in the 8% range and is estimated to reach $80 billion by 2015. It's a world-critical industry with excellent opportunity. Agricultural machinery manufacturers face dramatic pressure to improve the speed and efficiency of their product design and engineering so that they can reduce delivery time and increase profit margins. This success can be achieved by more efficient, high-performing machinery that enables faster time to market and can adapt to the inevitable product changes and new products that result from dynamic customer demand. Some of the best companies in the agricultural machinery industry are building new capabilities and leveraging technology to thrive in this competitive business environment. During this 25-minute webinar entitled Cultivating Productivity by Design, we're going to show you how. Hello, my name is John Gaioni, and joining me is my colleague Kyle Aruda. Our company, Siemens PLM Software, has been helping companies in the agricultural machinery industry design better for decades. We will be your hosts. Thank you for joining us today. Here's a quick look at the agenda for today's webinar. I'll start by briefly reviewing recent industry trends, their implications, and the unique challenges that they place on companies and product development organizations in the agricultural machinery industry. I'll then turn it over to Kyle, and he will identify the key capabilities that the best agricultural machinery companies exhibit, capabilities that help turn these challenges into opportunities. This may be an opportunity for you to assess your organization's current strengths and weaknesses. Kyle will also provide several success stories illustrating how companies are using engineering software tools to enable these capabilities to improve and grow their businesses. So let's get started. Around the globe, human populations and per capita calorie consumption are steadily increasing, leading to increased demand for food. This in turn causes fluctuating crop prices and directly affects farm income. Changing consumer habits and a growing population demanding more food faster is driving higher demand for agricultural machinery equipment. Changing unpredictable weather patterns are also resulting in fluctuating yields and volatile crop prices. Farmers are demanding more flexible, multi-use machinery that enables them to respond to fluctuating grain and livestock prices. Simultaneously, there's also increasing demand for reliable, low-cost equipment that minimizes capital expenditure as well as running costs. To sustain or jumpstart growth in mature markets, agricultural equipment manufacturers may need to move toward increasingly cost-effective precision agriculture. Precision agriculture, or satellite farming, or site-specific crop management as it's sometimes known, is a farming management concept that uses sensors and geolocation to improve farming efficiency. Farming income is very influenced by government policy, which continues to be supportive and often comes in the form of subsidies, grants, and low-cost loans. There's also been a noticeable increase in government financial support for mechanization in developing countries. The last trend I'd like to discuss is input costs. Input costs, including raw materials and energy, are on the rise and difficult to predict. Instability in energy and raw material costs leads to inaccurate cost forecasting and is a threat to contract margin and business profit. Machinery manufacturers are challenged to optimize the machine design process to minimize costs. No longer is it good enough to just produce average equipment. The game has changed, and the industry is demanding accelerated and efficient machine design. I would like to pause for a minute to reflect on the information presented thus far. The question I have for you is this: what is the most significant industry trend impacting the way you design and develop your products? Is it customer demands For example, more machines faster, more efficiently. Internal pressures like rising raw material costs, or external pressures like weather and market prices, or the move to high tech like precision farming, or a combination of all of those. Take a moment to reflect on that. Now I'm going to turn it over to Kyle, and Kyle's going to introduce to you a company that faced many of the same trends that we've been looking at here, and he's going to look at what they did to address them. Kyle?
Thanks, John. And as you all have been thinking about what John just explained about the different trends and pressures and things that you're going through, guess what? You're not alone. And we want to help you see how companies are maximizing their market opportunities. And so let's take a look at an agricultural machinery manufacturer named Tebotech. Now, Tebotech started on a small farm outside of Hopefield, a town on the west coast of South Africa. And it's sole developer and manufacturer of equalizer agricultural implements. Now, it features products that include a Mintill Precision SL planter, a wide-span Precision C planter, and a Mintill Air seeders. And Tebotech serves South Africa and international agricultural equipment market. And so let's take a look at what Tebotech was going through and what challenges that they were met with. So just like you and other agricultural machinery equipment manufacturers, including Tebotech, you and they design and build very complex machinery. And these machineries in these projects are under a specific contract, and you have to deliver by a certain date. And so what does that do to you? It puts product design on a very critical path for profitability. Now, if we take a look at the challenges that Tebotech faced, you can see there on the screen. They needed to streamline their entire process. They needed to select, designs that could be best managed, sheet metal and large assemblies, and also they wanted to improve what they've already used and what they've already designed. And so in order for them to maintain their leadership position, they were committed to finding a way to turn their challenges into opportunities. And Tebotech took a deep look at their design, engineering process, and their capabilities. And while they did that, they analyzed, their strengths and their weaknesses. And so we'll come back to Tebotech story in just a minute. But I want to step back a bit and look at the entire design to manufacture process for companies like yourself in the agricultural machinery equipment industry. So to be competitive, Tebotech and manufacturers like yourself must adapt to be effective and to have efficient order to manufacture and process product development processes, right? And in order for manufacturers in this space, like Tebotech, what we've done is we've identified 12 key capabilities that drive success. Now, these 12 capabilities are everything from marketing to selling the product to engineering them to order, planning, manufacturing, and commission, and even servicing them. And so as you take a moment and look at this framework, what areas of your company are striving in? Where are your strengths? Where is it that you can improve? And what we commonly see in many companies, are pretty good in certain areas, right? That's why I ask, where are you striving in, right? But others, they aspire to be improving in other areas and want to improve in other areas. And so, Tebotech they began looking at their current design CAD solution, which was outdated and very slow. And so for them, speed of mechanical design was their primary challenge. Now, mechanical CAD is just one of the supporting engineering software tools that can be used to improve your product development and design capabilities. And so this was the case for Tech, and every company is different. But here's what I want to ask you, is what is your area to improve? So what Tech went and did is they looked at all the tools that were on the market. And they selected a tool called Solid Edge, which is a unique 3D design system by Siemens. And for them, it turns out that Solid Edge was not only just a great 3D CAD solution, but a complete 3D design and engineering package that brought to their company new capabilities and technologies in areas like sheet metal guarding, housing, product visualization for sales and marketing, as well as alignment of other customer needs with engineering. And so all the 12 capabilities are important to Tech. But what we're going to do now is we're going to dive into a deeper area for just 3 of them that are particularly important to agricultural machinery equipment manufacturers like yourself. And we'll demonstrate why these capabilities are critical and talk about how to overcome challenges and get better in each area. And we're going to be using Solid Edge to illustrate some of these points. And so, as I asked you before, think about some areas. But what we want to do is the average ones that when we've talked to customers in this particular industry, 3 of them stand out. Visualization of new products so they can actually get this design and information to their customers quicker and easier to see what the product is going to look like. Be able to perform feasibility and sourcing studies is another one. And then also the speed of mechanical design. So let's just take a look into each one of these. The first challenge that we're going to look at is the ability to visualize new products. Build-to-order equipment manufacturers, they want to improve the way they communicate a proposed machine before they actually go and manufacture it. And it's difficult to sell the physical machine if it doesn't exist, right? So why not just take a picture? Well, if it doesn't exist, how can we take a picture of it? But to be competitive, sales staff and marketing, they can actually use engineering data in the form of renderings and animations so that they can offer a distinct, incorporating and innovative features and actually show off their advanced design technology to their customers and what they can actually give them. And then failure to truly convey visualization can actually lead to costly design iterations and, even worse, a lost sale. So to overcome these challenges, you need to provide a fast, easy to create, and publish 3D photorealistic images and animations. And Solid Edge helps sales and marketing staffs provide those rich 3D product information, which in turn helps improve your sales. And sales staffs, may present a movie file of a Solid Edge machine in motion. The machine in operation, provide explosive views, or interact with the virtual model on a smartphone or even a tablet. And Solid Edge photorealistic renderings produces a virtual product picture and a product walkthroughs with Solid Edge. And your sales staff can show more product variations at marketing events and help you stand out from your competition. And by having this virtual image, manufacturers can test, they can test the market for new product ideas or create interest into a new product or a variant before they even go and manufacture it. And so companies who have selected Solid Edge have found that they have a very powerful competitive advantage and are often recognized as leaders in the industry. Now, the second key challenge that we're going to look into is performing feasibility and sourcing studies for optimal design. Now, integrating components and subassemblies from an external supplier is an important part of the design process for agricultural machinery manufacturers. And with that, it comes a cost, right? Why? Because there is a risk. There's a business risk for that. So, for example, you purchase engines or pumps from a supplier, and you need to quickly establish how these subassemblies are going to fit into your design. So questions come up like, how do I fit this engine into the chassis that I designed? Or how do I modify my existing housing, to fit this new pump design? All that can be answered with a rapid feasibility analysis in Solid Edge using 3D models with all the relevant components. And using synchronous technology, Solid Edge enables you to quickly pull in data that was created by other CAD formats and even modify this geometry if needed. And in addition, when you have a look at your customer's requirements, you need to access how they can be met using existing design and also standard parts. And Siemens provides the right tools so that you can quickly perform this assessment. And inside of Solid Edge, we have a part community that helps you find the right supplier for your purchased parts right inside the software, right inside the interface. And you can have Team Center or Solid Edge for SharePoint keep track of these existing configurations and enables you to clone existing designs as a starting point for a new design. And so being able to use more standard components and existing components with proven designs help you reduce your product development and manufacturing cost while you're able to control your business risks. So we've taken a look at two of the three. Let's take a look at the third key challenge for our customers. And many of them, they tell us that the creation of the 3D model is great for new business generation, right? But whenever you create the 3D model, the byproduct of that is a 2D working drawing or production drawing. And that's used to manufacture the equipment. And we all know that, and we all understand it, and we all understand that the fact that if there's not a drawing, the part has a harder time being made, right? But this is a common challenge for many companies because they end up using two different systems from 3D to 2D, and with Solid Edge this is not a problem because we have an integrated 3D and 2D system built from the ground up to maximize this capability. And that's not all the case for other CAD out there. But we recognize that most designers and engineers are under the pressure to work faster and be more efficient. And with Solid Edge, designers and engineers have a complete system at their fingertips to help them design better. So to overcome these challenges, Solid Edge provides a complete and integrated software that makes the design process faster and more efficient. Engineers produce 3D CAD models and accurate 2D production drawings can reduce their design time and eliminate design errors before you send them out to manufacturing. Engineers have told us that Solid Edge enables them to speed up their design, execute faster revisions, and provides them better reuse of what they and others have done before. And so for the agricultural machinery equipment manufacturer like yourself, this means delivering sooner, invoicing earlier, lower your business risk, and provide more opportunity to grow your revenue at a higher margin. And so let's take a look at what we just talked about and how Solid Edge can help your company gain a competitive advantage from accelerating your design. I know you're probably saying to yourself, Kyle, I've heard this before from other people that they're CAD system will help them design faster and everything, and all you're doing is rewording it to accelerate your My Design. What makes you different? Well, it's a great question. We get it all the time. But let me tell you what makes Solid Edge a unique product and a unique tool to help you accelerate your design. We have developed a technology inside of Solid Edge. It's called synchronous technology. And this technology, we've patented, and it's only available to Siemens PLM. And the innovation has dramatically changed the game in product development, because think about how you've been designing for the past 10, 15, 20 years. You've been designing in a history-based system, and there's nothing wrong with a history-based system, except for one thing. Whenever there's a change, how long does it actually take you to make that change? Well, what we've done is we've enabled the user to have the ability to have no pre-planning, meaning that we've given them a tool that they don't have to think about, well, what changes can actually happen or will take place down the road. And you have to design for that, right? But with Solid Edge, what we allow is the user to focus on the design intent versus the design tool, so that we don't waste your time trying to predict future changes like in the history-based system. So with a fully digital prototyping, you can achieve this inside of Solid Edge. How? By leveraging what we call a hybrid 2D, 3D design environment. And unlike other 3D CAD systems, Solid Edge offers a common user experience for both 2D and 3D users. So in this fast-paced world of agricultural machinery, design and manufacturing, winning new business and making profits on your projects literally hangs in the ability to respond quickly and efficiently to your customer demands. Now, as we talked about before, Solid Edge with synchronous technology has that unique capability to allow you, your designers, your engineers, to make those flexible changes to your designs and your drawings in a constraint-free environment, regardless of who authored the source. And Solid Edge does this by an automatic interrogating of the engineering model and presenting the user with a possible design function seamlessly right at their fingertips. And this tool is called Design Intent. We named it that way on purpose because that is literally what it's doing. As you're modifying the model, it is looking at the design intent of the model, and it's actually presenting to you those design intent options that it actually finds on every single edit. And think about design intent as literally having an experienced co-pilot with you. As you fly along through your design and through your changes, it's helping you preserve that intent through the entire model. And not only that the models don't need to be regenerated, what does that mean for you? Well, that literally means blazing fast performance. And it also means that you have the ability to make your customer revisions in minutes instead of hours. And so for the agricultural machinery manufacturer like yourself, this means delivering sooner, invoicing earlier, and having lower business risks, as we talked about, and more opportunity to grow your revenue at higher margins and also give you happier customers. So let's take a look at a quick video to learn more.
Solid Edge delivers powerful but easy-to-use tools to effectively incorporate standard and catalog parts into any design. The integrated standard parts library with optional machinery library extension is perfect for sourcing hardware or fasteners such as nuts, bolts, washers, and so forth. In addition, Solid Edge is equally adept at handling engineered off-the-shelf items. Watch as pre-built gears are installed to drive the wheel paddles of a commercial dough mixer. The handy binder tool associates pertinent design, installation, and maintenance specifications to a specific assembly, and in this case allows a quick review of gear sprocket requirements. The Solid Edge Engineering Reference offers a wide variety of ready-to-build engineered components such as gears, pulleys, shafts, and much more from a parameter-driven interface. Enter design requirements for the gear, and Engineering Reference will calculate, analyze, and report back on its mechanical and structural integrity, then place it into the assembly. The Solid Edge Assembly Toolkit provides positioning and real-world motion relationships that define a part's translational and rotational behaviors relative to other assembly components. In this case, watch as the positioned gear set uses a motor to simulate rotation of the mixer's paddles. Incorporating outsourced components into a product design can introduce challenges, but Solid Edge easily addresses this by taking advantage of simple 2D sketches within a 3D modeling environment. This conveyor belt 2D sketch is used in combination with the variable table and the goal seek optimization tool to automatically compute the proper length of a purchased belt based on the configuration of the conveyor's support structure. Supplier purchased or catalog parts can be quickly sourced from the Solid Edge Part Community. Part Community offers access to billions of Solid Edge files, searchable by supplier, description, shape, number, size, and more. Part Community can even match a purchasable part to a file you upload. The integrated 3D viewer confirms the correct part, and Solid Edge's assembly tools make placement of the initial component easy as well as any duplicates. Powerful tools making your job simple and fast. Standardization reduces design complexity, errors, and ultimately costs. Not only does Solid Edge deliver local and cloud-based libraries of pre-modeled standard and catalog parts, its smart and efficient tools help to accelerate your design. Solid Edge. Design better.
Now that we've gone through 3 of these capabilities and talking about accelerating your design, giving you faster revisions, and have better reuse of designs that you've already had before, I want you to take a moment and think about these 12 challenges and 12 capabilities, right? Again, we asked you before, where is it that you strive in? Where is it that you're struggling in? And where is it that you would like to improve? And so think about those. And whenever you contact us or we contact you, highlight those. Bring those back out to us. Let us know about which ones you want to talk about, because we're here to help you. Now let's return back to Tech, and let's see how they've cultivated productivity, by design. Tech chose Solid Edge to improve their product design speed. And Tech is just one great example of how Solid Edge helped, their design process and why it helped them to design better. And if you take a look at, just some of the results that they've had from using Solid Edge, improved quality across their designs, be able to enable their users to make those quick changes, on those complex parts by using synchronous technology, and accelerating their design turnaround. That was invaluable to them, and it has enabled them to have more customers return, and also enabled them to have even more profits. So let's talk about another one of our customers in the agricultural machinery industry, and that's Miller out of Wisconsin, United States. And they were challenged with, having more sales growth, and they needed faster sales growth. And they needed to try to meet the needs of some of their larger OEM customers, like Case New Holland. And they had numerous isolated software systems. There was a manual data entry, which, as everyone knows, if you do stuff a little bit manually, then you're going to have inefficiency and you're going to have errors. And it literally took them up to 6 months to update their parts catalog for any new design. And they needed to go to the next level. And what they chose is that they chose a PDM system from Siemens. Now, they already had Solid Edge, and Solid Edge was giving them great returns, but that PDM system from Siemens, called Teamcenter, gave them the ability to do that. And with Solid Edge and Teamcenter, they have more and faster designs. They're able to meet their larger customer needs, right? And they're able to have accurate data and minimize those errors across the manufacturing process. And so that's why Miller, selected Solid Edge. And then there's Harsh International, a small Colorado-based company that manufactures a myriad of farm machinery and equipment. Some of those include dairy mixers, feedlot mixers, manure spreaders, rollers, flaker mills, and specialized weighing equipment, and many, many more that I could keep going on. But as a smaller family-owned, farms, as they start diminishing and large corporate operations become, more the norm, so did the size of the equipment and the need for large, customized cattle feeders, mixers, and spreaders. And Harsh International embraced innovation. By adapting new technologies and inventing new agricultural machinery, and they did it all using Solid Edge. Design times were slashed, productivity and profits soared. And so with Solid Edge, they were literally able to design better. One last success story that we want to talk about is from Leyer. As a pioneer in the aluminum coach work for more than 20 years, they've been able to leverage its skills from design through delivery to product body work and farm stock trailers. But, they were challenged by competing with larger manufacturers, right? And they wanted to offer and do offer, tailor-made products that include many options and variances that the customers really do need. And they need to also, ensure compliance with industry and highway regulations. And their key to success is Solid Edge. Solid Edge, helped them improve their product development process, reduce their product cost, and allowed them to increase their in-house manufacturing from 50 to 60% of sales revenue. And they were able to reduce their cost, right, and increase their order sizes. All this by switching to Solid Edge. And again, just like all of our other case studies, Solid Edge enabled them to design better. So today we've shown you some of the best agricultural machinery equipment companies who have found a way to significantly improve their performance. They've leveraged advanced, innovative, and easy-to-use engineering software to improve their processes from sales to design to manufacturers. And as you can see, the results here, this is what our customers are telling us. This are their results. And, think about where you would like to be today. Would you like to have one of these results as one of your results? Is this where you strive to be in the future? And so the customer success stories that we talked about are just a few. We have many, many more. And all the ones that we've talked about today and all the ones that we have are a testament to how they consistently achieve significantly return on investment from designing their equipment by using Solid Edge. And we have this tagline that we'll talk about is Solid Edge, design better. And that's what we give and allow people to do, is literally design better so that you can have a better product, get it out to market faster, and you can have more margin, more revenue, and more repeat business. So John, I want to throw it back to you.
Today you've heard Solid Edge mentioned throughout, but we've not formally introduced it. Let's wrap up this session with a brief overview of Solid Edge. Solid Edge is a complete 3D design and engineering solution that addresses the 12 key capabilities for the agricultural machine equipment industry. Solid Edge software is the most intuitive and productive product development platform for accelerating all aspects of product creation, including 3D design, simulation, manufacturing, and design management. Solid Edge for 3D parts and assembly design. Using synchronous technology accelerates equipment design, speeds revisions, and improves the reuse of previous designs. Solid Edge simulation for digital validation of critical components, reducing the need to create physical prototypes and lowering material and testing costs, as well as improving reliability. Solid Edge manufacturing for definition of accurate machining, fabrication, and assembly processes, and improves the overall manufacturing efficiency. Solid Edge design management improves the overall efficiency of equipment design projects and ensures that accurate product data, specifications, and requirement documents are available to all. And a growing app ecosystem. Solid Edge apps extend the capabilities of Solid Edge to provide a complete ecosystem for product development and manufacturing that meets the needs of today's agricultural equipment manufacturing organizations. There's a vast array of applications from process plant to design to tools and utilities for rapid, high-quality product development and functionalities related to design and engineering. The Solid Edge app ecosystem includes best-of-breed solutions like Keyshot for photorealistic rendering, Zukin for electrical schematic design, and PCB to 3D for import of PCB layouts to 3D. Don't just take our word for it. Take the next step by test driving Solid Edge today with our free 45-day online trial. Now you can try a full-featured version of Solid Edge free. Discover how Solid Edge provides the speed and simplicity of direct modeling with the flexibility and control of parametric design, all in one easy-to-use package. Download it today using the link shown here. You'll be designing in no time. On behalf of Kyle Aruda and myself, I want to thank you for joining us today. Solid Edge, design better.